Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to give you a little bit of background information on SCORE, just in case you're new with us today. SCORE has two important roles in the small business world. One is training and the other is mentorship. Training comes in the form of webinars and some in-person workshops. So I definitely encourage you to watch for our newsletter and to go to the website to see a full listing of upcoming events. We have a limited offering for the summer, but that does not mean that they are not significant presentations. And as evidenced by today with social media marketing, we have a lot of fantastic topics, some of them new for the summer. So definitely take a look and check that out. The most important thing that SCORE does is the mentoring, and our mentors are volunteers that come to us from a wide variety of backgrounds and knowledge bases to help those in the small business community. We're working with folks that are in the beginning phases, trying to decide if small business ownership is right for them. We're working with those that are in that planning phase, and we're helping them get those plans in order. And we are working with those that are already in business, and they come to us with a variety of questions. It could be about managing finances. It could be about social media marketing. It could be planning for a growth phase. Any topic you can imagine, we have a volunteer that can assist you, not only from our own chapter, our own district, but from the nationwide database. How do you get a mentor? It is so easy. All you have to do is go to score.org. There's a little box where you can put in your zip code, and that will connect you to your local chapter. You'll put in your information, what you kind of think, what you need help with, and someone will reach out to you to schedule a meeting. That first meeting is a get to know you. They want to know what your plans are, what your challenges are, and they're going to help you put together information to get you through that plan or to help you overcome any challenges that you might be experiencing. Today, we are going to try and work with the Q&A tab for questions. So if you have a question for our presenter, if you put it into that Q&A tab on your Zoom bar, I will ask that question to our presenter as time allows. Anything else can go into chat. We are recording, and this recording will be available to you, and I will put information in the chat how you can find that. Probably in the next 24 hours is when it'll be posted. So I want to go ahead and welcome a new presenter to SCORE. It's Allie Carter with Max Exposure. And she's going to explain to you the basics of social media. And welcome, Allie.
Thank you so much, Teresa. I'm happy to be here and excited to present this and offer just some very basic, like the title was, Social Media Marketing 101. This is about as basic as it comes. But my goal here and what we discussed is that this can be really helpful for somebody who's looking to launch a new business to be able to know where to start, how to set up their social media, how to set up their Google My Business, their Facebook page. And there's a lot that people don't know, and that's what I'm here to share with you. So I'll get into who I am at the end, but like Teresa said, my name is Allie Carter, and I am the COO of Max Exposure Business Solutions. And we are a digital marketing agency located here in Waltham, Mass. Okay, why social media? We get that a lot from our clients. Why do we need social media? I am not on it, blah, blah, blah. Like it or not, it's not just for personal use. Social media is an imperative part of owning a small business, or really any business in 2023. It allows you to connect with your customers. It allows you to connect with new potential customers. It allows you to stay relevant, and it allows you to offer more than just goods and services like we're doing here. It allows you to offer education, which is what sets you apart from the rest. Today, we will review how to set up a profile, how to post, connect profiles and schedule content, how to handle reviews, and some best practices. We're also going to show you how to set up the Google My Business profile. And again, this is very, very on just the surface level. So if And we're always here as a guide or a resource if you need help. Our objective here is to educate small business owners on the proper ways to utilize social media and how it can benefit your business. So let's get into it. Setting up a Facebook profile, you have to have a personal Facebook account to be able to set up a business profile. And the reason behind that is Facebook wants to make sure that you are a legit person and you're active, you're putting up a legit business. There's so many scammers out there. There's so many fake accounts that Facebook has actually cracked down on it. And you have to have a true picture of a person. It doesn't have to be you per se, but it has to be a person or a pet. And it can't just be like the gray circle. And then to create the business page on your personal timeline, which I have right here in the picture, you'll click the 9 dots and you'll go to pages. From there, it'll say create a page. You'll create the page. You'll want to put your business name, category, and description. This is the most important parts of your page because you want to make sure you only get so many chances to change your business name in Facebook before you have to go through a bunch of hoops. So you want to make sure that you're spelling everything properly. You want to make sure that the business name is exactly as you want it to be. You want to make sure that it's short and sweet. It doesn't have to be like Max Exposure Social Media Business Solutions, DBA, XYZ, LMNOP. It just needs to be Max Exposure Business Solutions or SCORE or whatever it may be. And then put in a brief description. It will cut you off at a certain point. So you want to make sure it's a brief description about your business, what you do for people, and why they should work with you. Here's an example of a cover photo and your logo. You can edit your cover photo and your logo. We use Canva. It's a great free tool. You can pay for it and get upgraded services in it, but you can also use the free version. A lot of business owners find this useful because they have templates. So you can go in and type in Facebook cover photos and it'll give you a template and then you can plug in your information. A lot of people like to do a little call to action right here on the right-hand side, maybe with an arrow pointing down, because when you look at a business page, it'll say, there's a call to action button here. So you can have that kind of arrow down. You want to put a brief description about your services, and you want to make sure that everything is fitting properly in that view. You also want to make sure that your logo is properly sized so that it's not cut off. A lot of times what we see when we take over business pages is people put their business card as the profile picture or the logo picture. You don't want to do that. Everybody has a logo. Every business has a logo. You want to make sure that you're putting your logo there so that it properly represents your brand. Then you're going to go through the profile and you're going to add your information. Again, make sure your information is entered correctly. You want to have your category, you want to have where you're located, your service area, your email, your website, your hours of operation, because we're a virtual digital business, we're always open. But if you're a brick and mortar, you want to make sure that your hours are properly listed because people do rely on this information to contact you. Getting reviews is also crucial. You want to start that as soon as you're in business so that people can start to see what you're all about and hear from others. Reviews today are unbelievably important because it helps you not only look legitimate, but it helps you show people, it helps consumers understand who you are and your services before they even get more information on you. Okay. And Teresa, correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll answer questions at the end. I see the chat starting to populate.
Yes, we can wait till the end. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So, and like I said, make sure to add your website because what people do oftentimes is they'll go in, they'll search you out on Facebook, they'll search your website, they'll check you out, then they'll look on Google, then they'll look at your reviews, and you want to make sure that everything across the board has the same brand image, the same information, and the same persona, basically. So Then if you're just working within Facebook, you want to schedule a Facebook post, you'll go to Facebook, business.facebook.com, and you'll want to have a Facebook Business Manager account. If you don't have one, it will prompt you to create one and it'll connect to your personal Facebook page. You don't have to have this, but it is helpful when it comes to running ads or connecting your Instagram account at a higher level, having page ownership. This is really helpful because once you have a Business Manager account, it claims your page for you fully. Not that anybody could really take it away otherwise, but it helps have a higher level of ownership. So you'll go to the planner tool and then you'll click create. You'll want to add your caption, add photos, and you can do all of that. It's very self-explanatory. You just add photos, add videos, add your caption. And then you want to make sure that you're scheduling it based on active times. And what these are active times that Facebook sees for your specific page for optimal reach. Oftentimes they're early in the morning or in the evening, but I usually try to follow those because it's what Facebook sees based on the algorithm, based on the trends of your page. So it's when the most eyes should be on that post. And we want to respond to comments and reviews. And it is so important because not only does it give you a chance to thank your customers, but if there's a negative review, it gives you a chance to voice your side of the story, craft a response, take it offline. And that's the goal, is you don't want to go back and forth with a customer if it's a negative review. You don't want to go back and forth with them online. You want to get that offline as quickly as possible, get them on the phone, get them in person, talk to them, diffuse the situation. When we're responding to reviews or comments, we are always polite, we're always diplomatic, we're always err on the side of the customer because, like it or not, the customer is always right. You want to placate, you want to make them feel that they're heard and then quickly take it offline. That's the goal. And if it's a positive review, you thank them, you appreciate them, you ask them to come in again. With Facebook pages, you can also hide comments, and you can do this. We don't often recommend doing this, but you can do it if there's a situation where you just don't want that comment there. You can hide it. And what that does is it hides it from public view, but the person who left it and their friends can still see it. So if it's a negative comment or something that's just irrelevant, or sometimes these things happen where people just comment random stuff, and you don't want to necessarily delete it because it's a legit comment, hiding it is a great way to do that. All right, now we'll get to setting up a Instagram profile. And I realize this was a little bit out of order, but we're rolling with it. So you'll go to Instagram.com, you'll sign up for an account, you'll enter your information, which it'll look just like this. And then you'll go into your settings and you'll switch it to a professional account. Why do we need a professional account? You want to have a professional account for a number of reasons, primarily so that you can have the analytics and so that you can run ads on Instagram as well. It also allows you to have people, give people the ability to contact you directly from a button on your profile. You can have it set up so that where it says here, edit profile or share profile, you can have it so that it says call or book an appointment or something like that. So it makes it easier. And for consumers, if it's right in their face, that's exactly where you want it to be. Then you'll want to connect your Instagram and your Facebook profile. You do this in the Meta Business Suite, which is the business.facebook.com, and you'll go to the tools symbol, the 3 lines, page settings, and then you will link the accounts, and you'll have to go in account and review the connection. This will bring you back to Instagram where you'll have to log in again, and then it will be connected. Once you're connected, you can check off here where it says our business name and just Facebook, and it'll show you the Instagram icon as well. And then it'll allow you to schedule to both Facebook and Instagram. In Meta Business Suite, it's nice because when it's connected, you can also answer any comments, you can respond to direct messages, you can do a lot of things for both Facebook and Instagram from the Meta Business Suite, which is also an app on your phone. So a lot of business owners like the simplicity of that because it allows them to have everything in their pocket, right on their phone. They can answer whatever they need to answer while they're on the go, while they're running their business. And that's a really helpful tool. So I can't stress strongly enough how important the Meta Business Suite is for any business owner. All right, now Google My Business. Google is king, obviously. You want to make sure that you have claimed your business right away. You don't want your business out there saying suggest edits or unclaimed or anything like that. So you go to business.google.com. You will need a Gmail email address to do this. And then you will click add a business, add a single location. You'll enter in, you can start to search your business. If your business is not established already, you can just add your business to Google and it will have you enter all of your information, address, city, state, zip, phone number. If you're in an obscure location, it might have you pin it on the map. And then you will either have to do a phone call verification, an email verification, or a mailed postcard to your physical location. You don't have to have your address shown, but to verify it, you do need to have your address in there, and then you can hide it and say that you're a service area business or that you're a remote business. Today, because so many people work out of their homes, they have added that option, which is a nice feature because I don't know about you, but I don't really want my personal address shown on Google. So, and the verification really depends on what Google feels like, how they feel like verifying. I've seen it be super simple with a phone call or a text message. I've seen it be very complicated where it has to mail a postcard and then we have to mail a second postcard and on. But usually it's pretty straightforward and it's a quick phone call or email.